Okay. Thank you very much for coming to the interview. And so I will not introduce you. I will let you introduce yourself.
Okay.
And we can start from there. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay, so when did you start dance, or why dance? Shall I ask? Why dance? Yeah.
First of all, my name is Bawren Tavaziva. I'm originally from Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
And my inspiration of what I am today is from my parents, I think. From my parents, my family. I was born in a culture where dance and music is just like breathing in and out.
Wow.
Yeah. So I never knew that it can be something I can live off. I can be paid to be doing. But I had that passion when watching Michael Jackson New Edition. Who else was it? Do you know Gregory Abbott?
Oh, I've heard of him. Yeah.
Gregory Abbott. It was a vast different styles of music, different styles of dance, different styles of inspiration. So I thought, I would love to be as famous as Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And so me and my family, me and my brothers, we decided to start our own group, which was called the New Limits.
The New Limits.
The New Limits, yes.
How many brothers?
It was me, my brother, and 3 other next door neighbors.
Okay.
Next door neighbors. So there was the boys, the 5 boys,
right,
from the same line, from the same, And we started that, and we were lip syncing to Michael Jackson. We were lip syncing to what was that other band called? Basically, that's where the inspiration comes from.
Yeah.
So I started touring when I was 5.
Wow.
We used
and
to
that was when you were back in Zimbabwe.
Back in Zimbabwe, yes.
Right.
And we used to go touring in schools and resort areas. What you call those resort?
Yeah. Resort.
There is a place called Mermaid's Pool. So it was really far. So we used to catch a bus to Mermaid's Pool and perform, and So I had a great childhood, to be honest.
And so your parents didn't care.
My parents supported it. My parents supported it. The choreographer was my brother.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So we used to do New Edition. We did Candy Girl.
Candy Girl. Yes, of course. Yeah, oh my world.
Yeah. Okay. So we used to do all the breakdance, so hip hop. All these things that are the in thing today. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, good. That's really wonderful. So really touring is not new to you. You were born touring, I think.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was touring. It was going.
Going to places, and it just became the norm.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have here, you at age of 12, you attended an outreach ballet project with the National Ballet of Zimbabwe.
Yes.
So, and you were determined, you have determination and your talent and a lifelong passion for dance. So it almost felt as if, I feel as if that's the kind of start of your professional career. Yes. Okay. Can you talk to me about that a little bit?
So the National Ballet of Zimbabwe came to the community center. I am from the what they call ghettos here, but slums.
Okay.
I'm from I can call it slums, yes.
Yeah.
There's a community center. The National Ballet came to do some workshop outreach. They say that I was too young to join the classes. So I've always, the community center itself is a place I've always been at, because we used to play chess. We used to do what's it called? We used to play tennis. We used to play all of this is where we're provided. So if someone comes and say, I'm too young to be at my own community center, I was a little bit stubborn about it. So I decided to stay in the class. And nobody can do that. So I decided to stay. And she actually asked me, the teacher, am I allowed to mention names? Or
yeah, you can mention names. Yeah.
Viv Hamlin. Her name is Viv Hamlin, and the husband was Chris Hamlin. They came to teach contemporary dance.
Right.
And I joined in with the contemporary dance.
Yeah.
I remember her asking me, have you been in a dance class before? And that doesn't make sense for me. What is a dance class? And I said, no, I've never been in a dance class before. Because they saw my feet. My feet are interesting. I'll be honest. So I think that's what helped me in my career. My feet.
Are you talking about your feet?
My feet, yes.
Okay. How so? How so?
They're not usual in terms of being a black man. Right.
Because obviously with ballet, I can see there's that.
Yes.
And then the pointing as well. So maybe that's what you're talking about.
They were pointy, yeah. They're too pointy.
That's really interesting.
I think that's what really motivated me and got me into classical ballet, because I never knew that I can use those feet for something else. Yeah. Because I used to play football, so
that's
I was not
football and ballet. Now there is a thing. Can you talk to us a little bit about how you came from Zimbabwe and came to the UK, and where your next stop was in terms of UK?
From when I was 12, 13, I started doing some classes, kind of a promotion, if I can say it. Right. From the ghetto to the town, to the city center, whereby I can go to the city center every Saturday and take ballet classes, and those ballet classes were Chiketi ballet classes. Right. And doing African dance classes. It was a great project. So there was a person who came from England to Zimbabwe. His name is Neville Campbell. Okay. I think it was the funding was.
That's Phoenix. Isn't he one of the Phoenix boys?
Yes, he was the director. He was the director.
Of the founder. Yeah.
One of the founders, yes. Yeah. He came to Zimbabwe and he started a dance company in Zimbabwe. Right. Okay. So he came to watch it was called the City Youth Group, the group I was in, the City Youth Group. And then he picked me to say, come and be it was like to do a probationary period, like an apprentice. Yes. Yeah. For 6 months. So I did 6 months with Tumbuka, the company he created. Okay, Tumbuka is the company, yeah. Tumbuka is the company, yes. Yeah. And from there it went on, and I got really inspired because he was 26 then, Neville, and he's been doing all these things, and I said, really inspired. I want to be like this person. I want to be having my own company by the time I'm 26. Wow. Okay. Yeah. When I'm 26, I want to be doing that. Yes. I want to be owning my own company. I want to be having this amazing creative mind. I think I see that in you, actually, and the work that you've done, because that nicely segues into the kind of like the work that you're doing in the UK, and how you have determined and how you have consistently, nearly every year, produced a piece of work. And it's a distinct
Tavaziva brand.
Yes.
In a way.
Yes.
And this is how I see it. So it would be nice to talk a little bit more about how you know, once you came into the UK, how you started that journey in thinking about those pieces that you've put together now and part of your repertoire.
Yes. So we having this experience working at Tumbuka.
Yeah.
Neville used to show us a company called Phoenix. I could, from where I was in Zimbabwe, I could identify Black people that I want to look like that person. I want to be dancing. Phoenix was fierce.
Wow.
Was fierce. So I was like, I want to dance like they were animals. Honestly, like
wow.
in a good way. You know what I mean? Like they're
like,
whoa, they will demand you
that kind of energy.
Exactly. They had that demand. So yeah, and I said I want to join Phoenix, and then I came to England after, and I auditioned for Phoenix 3 times. Yeah.
So you got in the 3rd time.
The 3rd time, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And at the time, who was the was it Neville? No, it wasn't Neville because he had gone back to South Africa. So who was the director at the time when you came in, when you joined?
When I joined Phoenix, it was Thea Barnes.
Okay, so that's the connection.
That's the connection.
Thea Barnes. Oh.
Thea Barnes was my director, yes.
Oh wow! So that was a very good start then. You know.
Can I tell you the most beautiful part of being at Phoenix?
Okay. Yeah.
All of the works that inspired me back home in Zimbabwe. Yeah. So we were doing Phoenix 19 was the celebration of Phoenix 19 years old. Yeah. And she brought all the other works, the old works. Yeah. And I got to wear the costumes. Can you believe that? I got all of the things I saw when I was back home, and I was in. Yeah. It was a blessing. It was amazing. Oh my goodness! I danced that must have been a dream come true. Yes, dream come true. Fantastic. I think it would be really interesting to expand on that in terms of how far does this spirit drive you when you're creating your work? How important is it? And what does it, you know, kind of break it down for us? I know it's difficult to break down, but you know, that kind of spirit that you're talking about, explain to people, you know, the connection about that and your work and your soul and your you. Yeah. I remember when I was 5 years old. Yeah. We used to make drums, set of drums. Yeah. Like drum kits. Oh. With the plastics and what you call it? Yeah. We used to try to be creative. And I remember we used to go and play those drums. Yeah. And we cried. Oh. So it's the same thing. It's the same feeling today of what I do. It doesn't matter what language I speak. It's what's within I. Yes. Yes. So it really. Like now I'm feeling it. Oh my God. Yeah. Let's take a moment there, because what you've just said there, in terms of being 5 years old, yeah. To break it down, you're 5 years old. You're playing, and you're actually creating something, making something that's creative, a drum. A drum, yes. Yeah. And I assume that you're with others. Yeah, with my friend, his name is Fierce. His name was Fierce, yeah. Nice name. So Fierce. So yeah. What you've just explained there, and then there's the crying after. Yeah. What you've just explained there is a series of emotions. Yes. And the passion. And I'm just wondering whether that is, when you're saying that that's what you felt then is what you feel now when you're doing your work. Yes. Is that how deep? Yes.
Now, I want you to speak about the tribute to Stephen Biko. How did it even come to your mind to start talking about this? Because I know, you know, for those who don't know Stephen Biko, he's a great man.
Mm-hmm.
He's an activist, and you
Mm-hmm.
know, just talk to us about him and how he inspires you. Maybe Stephen, and then you can hint in Mandela as well, I suppose. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, talk us through.
So the world is small.
Yes.
And I've got a friend of mine. His name is EUGENE SKEEF.
Right.
And we were talking, and I said, EUGENE, can you send me some of your music and just to hear? And he was like, yeah, cool. And he sent me tribute to Biko. It was a track called Tribute to Biko.
Okay.
And I listened to it. It's powerful.
Yeah.
And I said to him, same question, why Steve Biko? And he says, Steve Biko is my friend.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's Steve Biko's friend.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, wow. And I'd already sent him the choreography, and he was like, how you interpret Steve Biko is exactly how he would do it. How Steve would do it.
Really?
Yeah. And then I thought, this should not just stop here. Let me take this choreography out there and educate people, and educate and bring back the names that nobody speaks about, the Black people who fought for us to be where we are today.
Yeah.
As Black people.
Yeah.
Yes, we do speak about Mandela. We do speak about Martin Luther King. We speak about you know, all these amazing people contributed.
Malcolm X and
Malcolm X, Robert Mugabe.
Yes.
All these people.
Yeah.
So Steve Biko, not much. Those names are buried. Those guys are buried with their names like that.
Yes.
So we need to speak about that.
And I think it's important. Now, that is something that I really believe in as well, in terms of naming names everywhere, you know, whatever you do, because we are always and constantly standing on the shoulders of those who have come before us, or people who have sacrificed and said, okay, I'm dying for this. And they probably die, and then we move on as if we didn't know. But what we have to do, which is really important, is to name those names. And I think sometimes we don't do it very well. So do I hear you from this kind of those statements? Am I hearing right in terms of you saying that when you're creating your work, you're actually acknowledging people who have been before? Can you give me an example of the pieces that you thought, you know, kind of, okay, before we go into Steve Biko deeper, you know, which pieces come out clear for you in terms of you saying that you're actually acknowledging, and this is coming from a space of acknowledging others?
The previous works I've done.
Yes, the previous pieces in terms of your repertoire, because we haven't spoken about your repertoire. You've got about 14 pieces.
I got 14 pieces.
Yeah, so out of those, which ones were you acknowledging others, or bringing in this spirit of saying that, you know, we always have to name those names and stuff? Or were you doing a tribute?
Mandla.
Okay.
Is based on the idea was mostly based on Mandela's spirit.
Yeah.
Also Mandela. My friend Robert is based on Robert Mugabe.
Okay. Yeah.
Umdlalo Kasisi is based on the strength of Black woman who played a big part of my life.
Okay.
And that's my sister.
Okay. Those are good pieces. And then obviously the tribute to Steve Biko. I'm sure there's loads more, and there's pieces where you're kind of adding and putting bits and pieces. But I think I just wanted to demonstrate how your pieces correlate with the histories, the kind of like also the important work that you're doing in terms of teaching the culture, but also bringing in these old ideas in terms of that. Can you talk a little bit about why did you do Mandla? Why Mandla? Why is it called Mandla anyway? And what were you saying to the world at the time? What was going into your mind at the time?
Mandla was, okay. I did, Mandla is in top 10. Tavaziva 10, the celebration of Tavaziva 10.
Yeah.
So I put that piece there as a new work to show them, to show the audience how the future of Tavaziva dance is going, where it's going, rather than just showing the previous works, like snippets of the previous work. Yes. I have to show them the ambition of where we are going as a company. So Mandla was a new piece. It never was performed after TAF 10.
Right. Okay.
So now it's gonna be a bigger, it's gonna be a full length work of that 5 minutes.
So that's what you're planning to do at some point in the future, to make it a bigger piece?
It's a secret. Yes. Yes.
Okay. I won't spill the beans. I won't spill the beans at the moment.
Yeah.
So, that's really wonderful. So, which means that we have to watch the space in terms of that. Now, for those who watched it and for those who saw it, or basically maybe just pulled a piece from it, or who saw Tavaziva 10, have you ever been confronted? Has that Mandla taken you to spaces that you don't really want to go, in terms of, you know, people commenting on the work, or, you know, the idea of even, you know, being controversial or something?
Yes, I have. Unfortunately, it is from the certain people who will say, great work. Yes. Fantastic. Yes. And those people are the same people who will say, it should be African. It is African, but it's just the language I'm using that is contemporary.
Yeah.
But the spirit and the soul and the ground of where it is, where the whole inspiration is coming from, is from back home, from the soil of Africa. Oh yeah. Mandla.
That's powerful.
You see what I mean?
Mandla means hands. Now when there is a whole lot of us, a lot of people, you say, Amandla. And when we shout, Amandla, and everyone says, SOWETO. It is a war slogan. Mandla. We are one in this war to fight against colonial rule. This piece is inspired by somebody who gave his life. Nelson Mandela. It is one of those works that is so powerful. It is one of those works that make me cry today when I watch it. Spiritual war, togetherness as brothers and sisters, with a leader that we all know, powerful leader, Nelson Mandela. It is a dedication for the Nelson Mandela, for his life he sacrificed for the black people. That's why I made a mandla, to give thanks for all he has done all is done. Everything is done for us, black people, Africans.
Learned a lot in terms of being a choreographer.
Yes.
So 15 years of choreography for me is like it's like education. It's like a school. It's like a college, because I never went to a school of choreography. And I give thanks that I got that opportunity to develop my art and to be even more clearer of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So
can I just interrupt you there to say that you got some training, or that training, it started way back when you were young at 5 years, and then you went into the ballet school still in Zimbabwe. Then you went to Neville's court in there, and then you came to Phoenix, and from Phoenix then you went to union dance and stuff, and then obviously you branched out with the fellowship and the professional development, and then you started your Tavaziva dance.
Yes.
So all of this really is kind of educating yourself, and it's, I suppose it's would you say that, I'm kind of now talking a little bit about the trajectory you've taken, the route, the progression route that you've taken. How different is that? Do you regret that, or would you have done the kind of like the straight way, or are you happy that you did it this way and it just unfolded? What do you have what can you say about that? Yeah,
I'm really happy from the day one, from the day I was born to where I am. I don't regret none of it. It's beautiful, it's amazing, it's dynamic.
yes,
And it's got its it's amazing. Because the world, I know that is changed through COVID, and everybody had time to think through what's it called, isolation.
Yeah.
So the world has changed, and I want to push on through with what I've been doing already.
Yes.
And none of it for I can say 15 years, most of the work, nobody have seen it. I've seen none of it. So I've got another 15 years of maybe creating the same work. I don't know. I've got, I want to teach my tradition. I want to teach where I come from. I want people to know that Black Lives Matter.
Yes.